Hello everyone, welcome to R programming lectures. So in this video we are going to discuss about the another data structure in R programming, that is matrices. Now let us understand what is meant by a matrix. A matrix is a two-dimensional data set with rows and columns. Means here the data has to be represented in a two-dimensional set. Normally the strings is going to represent the data in a one-dimensional set. Even arrays, normally in C programming, arrays is going to represent the data in a one-dimensional set. But here the matrix is going to store the data in a two-dimensional data set, which means that it is going to have the data in the form of rows and columns. What is row? Row is a horizontal representation of data. And what is column? Column is a vertical representation of data. And how do you create a matrix in the R programming is by using the matrix function. And within the matrix function we need to pass the parameters. The first parameter should be the data values with the help of C function. Whatever the data elements that you need to give within the matrix function, so those data values you need to pass as a first parameter. And the second parameter is the number of rows, and the third parameter is number of columns, and finally the fourth parameter is by row. It is an optional. So let me create a matrix in R Studio. Let's create matrix 1. My matrix name is matrix 1, and the matrix has to be created with the help of matrix function. And the first argument is always the data values. So here I am giving the data values within the matrix by using the C. So for example, here I am giving some fruits name apple, and the second one is banana, and the third one is guava, and the fourth one is cherry. And the second argument is n row. N row number of rows is 2, comma. Third argument is number of columns is equals to 2. I am giving. Right. So this is the way you have to create a matrix. And whenever you are giving the number of rows and number of columns, this should be multiplicable with the number of elements in a matrix. Means here you see, here I have given 4 elements, which means that 2 cross 2 is 4. So let's execute this matrix 1. Let's print the elements of matrix 1. You see the right side console. So 4 elements has been represented in a two-dimensional array. It means it is having 2 rows and 2 columns. You see this is first row representing with 1, and second row representing with 2, and this is first column and this is second column. Okay. You see, you just observe the row. So here you are having the row number and followed by a comma. When you are representing the row name, so number should be there, and after that it is followed by a comma. And when you are representing the column, first comma is there and after that number is there. So this is important. So this is the way we have to create a matrix. And even you can give the row names and column names to a matrix by using the functions, that is row names and column names. Row names of, for example, matrix 1. I want to give row names to the matrix 1. So total how many rows is there? 2 rows is there. So for example, I want to give A, comma B. So row names has been given. Even I want to give column names by using the function, that is column names of matrix 1. So how many columns is there? 2 columns is there. So you have to represent with the C function. And for example, P, the first column name is P and the second column name is Q. So this is a way you can give the row names and column names. Let's execute this matrix 1. See, so previously you have the row numbers and column numbers. Now you see we have given a name to the rows and a name to the columns. This is the way you can give the row names and column names to a matrix. Even you can create a matrix with strings, and even we can create a matrix with numbers also. For example, you just observe here, I want to create another matrix, for example matrix 3. Matrix 3. So you have to create a matrix with the help of matrix function, and here I need to give the number of elements. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 elements is there, which means that you have to give the number of rows is equals to 3, comma number of columns is equals to 2. Means multiplication of number of rows and number of columns is equals to number of elements of a matrix. So this is the way you have to create a matrix. Matrix 3. Let's print here. It is having 3 rows and 3 columns. Sorry, 2 columns. And we have one more argument, that is by row. Let us understand what is by row. If you give by row is equals to true, what happens? Let's observe. Means the elements has to be stored in the form of rows. You see here 1, 2. I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So means the elements has to be arranged in a row wise order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By default, the matrix values has to be arranged in a column wise order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here I have given the by row is equals to 2, which means that it is going to arrange the elements in a row wise order. Suppose if I give the by true is equals to false, means it is going to arrange the elements in a column wise order. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, means the elements has to be arranged in a column wise order. This is what we call it as by row. So this we need to understand. And one more important thing, how to access the matrix items. How to access the matrix items is, for example, suppose let's getting into matrix 1. Matrix 1 here. Suppose I want to access the first row, second column value of matrix 1 is GUVA. You just observe in the console. So first row and the second column value is GUVA. So this is the way you can access the matrix elements. And one more important point, I want to access the whole row. I want to access the whole row. Then what you have to do is, you have to represent 1 comma. Then the whole row will be displayed, apple and GUVA. You see here, you see the, means first you need to give the row number and after that it is followed by comma. Suppose if you want to represent the whole column, matrix 1, the matrix name is matrix 1. First you need to give comma, and after that number. See, these are the elements of column, apple and banana. You just observe here, apple and banana. First column values, apple and banana. Suppose I want to get more than one. For example, let's take the matrix 3. So in matrix 3, what I want to get is, so let's see what is the matrix 3 first. So this is the matrix 3, right? So here I need to get the first row and second row values. So the first row and second row values means what you have to give is comma C of, first you have to give C of first 1 comma 2 followed by comma. See, it is going to give the first 2 rows values. You see 1425 and 1425. So this is the way you are going to get the output, 1425 and 142. Means you have to represent the rows and followed by a comma. If you give the comma before this C, then you will get the first column and second column values. Let's see this again, matrix 3. Suppose I give comma and C of 1 comma 2 I give, and it is going to give the first column and second column values. So this is a way you can access the elements by representing the row and column, or by representing the row and by represent the column, or you can represent multiple number of rows and multiple number of columns you can access. So this is a way you can access the matrix items. Means if you want to access the whole row, you have to give a comma after the number in the bracket, like this. If you want to access the whole column, you have to give the comma before the number. And if you want to access more than one row, what you have to do is, you have to use the C function and you have to give the row numbers, and after that you have to give a comma. And if you want to access more than one column, first you need to represent the comma, and after that you have to give within the C function that column values should be given, column numbers should be given, first column and second column. So this is a way we can access the number of elements. So I hope it is clear. Thank you.